So you finally got that meeting with that potential investor. You're nervous. You're freaking out. You don't know what to do. The first thing that I say to anybody, even if you walk into the meeting, even if they pin you down and they say, tell me about your movie. The first thing is you switch it around and you say, Bob, tell me about your business, right? So you always try to listen to aspects of their business, and usually when they're talking about their business, they're going to get excited about it. They're going to have a lot to say, and you might have cues from that. You know, they mention that they have these tennis courts that they're installing in these places, and you think, oh, I have a tennis court scene in my movie. Great, that matches. Let's pitch him. When I'm pitching him, I'm going to tell him, hey, we could shoot those tennis court scenes in the tennis courts that you own. So there sometimes you get some information that way, but again, you get them talking about themselves, and again, you're not just in your mind playing, oh, here's what I'm going to pitch as soon as he's done talking. You're going to truly be actively listening to what they're saying and learn about their business. And that's really important to start the meeting that way. Don't just go in and boom, here's my pitch, blank, blah, blah, blah. So you want to get them talking first. When they're done, that's when it's time for you to pitch. You know, and if you're potentially running into this investor at a party or a wedding or something like that, I think it's appropriate to just say, hey, can I give you the quick pitch, right? And I use that word, that term, quick pitch, a lot of times, even in investor meetings. You know, I'll say, hey, here's the quick pitch on the movie. And then I'll go into the quick pitch. And what do I mean by quick pitch? I mean 2 minutes or under. Can you get it out in 2 minutes? I've asked that tons of times. I've taught classes on pitching where I say, give me your 2 minute pitch. And 20 minutes later, they're still droning on. And it's like, oh my God, never drone on. All right, get to the point. And one of the things I teach most with pitching is get a hook. If you're pitching a documentary, I love asking a question first. Do you know that 50% of the dolphin population will be dead within the next 3 years? It's like, what? Wait, what? You know, and that's a hook. And obviously, I just made that statistic up in my head right now, but I'm just saying some kind of alarming, true statistic where you are throwing it out there and people are going, oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that, you know, and then going into your pitch. With your feature film, that could be anything that hooks them from the beginning. What do you think is the scariest movie ever made? And you get their answer and you go, I want to make a movie scarier than that movie, exponentially scarier than that movie, right? So you could see how I'm trying to hook the potential investor from the beginning, just to try to lure them in and get them excited. I mean, that's what a great pitch is. It's hooks and then bullet points. And if you forget something, you're going to hold on to that. Because the other thing I say is when you're done pitching, you be quiet. Right? Because you want them to think about it, think it over, and maybe they're thinking, and if you, each time while there's silence, you're uncomfortable and you go, oh, I forgot to tell you we're shooting in New Mexico. We have a 25% tax credit. Then, I forgot to tell you the director's last film got nominated for an Emmy. You're just going to ruin the sale, right? If you really wanted to say that, I forgot we're shooting in New Mexico, I forgot to tell them that. Wait till they ask a question. They say, and the question could be about anything. That's when you give them the answer, and then you'll say, oh, and also, I forgot to mention, we're shooting in New Mexico. Okay, because then you have their attention again. But when they're in silence, let that silence sit there. And the final thing I'll say is always lead to the next step. Would you like to potentially invest, right? Don't be afraid to ask the hard questions. Don't just go, oh, that's it, I'm out of here, you know, and then leave. Always be ready to get to the heart of what your goals are going in. If the goal is to get the potential investor to invest in your movie, ask them, would you be interested in investing in this movie? Get to that point, and remember this too. It's just like a horse. You can lead them to water, but you can't make them drink. The same with an investor. You can lead them to the table, give them the greatest pitch ever. Ultimately, they might be going through a divorce. They might have bought a new building for their company, and they don't have the cash flow, or they may have come into cash flow. So you don't know why they're going to say yes or they're going to say no. All you can do is do your best, give your best pitch, and hopefully you'll be successful. Hey everybody, quick pitch on the Movie Producer Mastermind at Filmmaking Stuff HQ. If you want to learn how to finance your film, make your film, and then sell it and distribute it, this is where you need to be. It's the ultimate resource for putting your movie together. If you want to make your dream come true, you're going to want to check it out. Also hit like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. We put up new free content every week.